Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is Superior Livestock buyer Jeff Peck. Jeff, I want to thank you for being on this morning. I know we were just talking about before we came on the fires because they're kind of close to you. I know you said the big ones in Oregon. You live in Idaho, but there's all those in Montana. And I think it's kind of interesting to have you on here as well. We never really get a buyer's perspective, so that's kind of exciting this morning. So, you know, we're thinking about your family and we're thinking about everybody in your surrounding areas that are dealing with the fire. So Superior family, as you know, our thoughts and prayers are with everyone in your area. But let's go right into it. Let's talk about how you got started in the cattle business and how you got started with Superior.
Oh, I got started in the cattle business. I actually started in the horse business. I traded horses as a teenager and in my 20s. And that put me out around all the ranches in Nevada, Oregon, in the West. I started there, and I got to know all the people kind of trading saddle horses. And one winter was kind of bleak and didn't make much money, so I went to work for the Quinn River Ranch in Denio, Nevada. And during that winter, middle of the winter, I knew the ranch was for sale. And an old man, well, I wasn't all that old then, but Ellington Pete pulled in the middle of the winter, and cattle were for sale, and he bought the cattle. And then before he left, he bought the ranch too.
Wow.
And I thought, as a young guy, I looked at him and I said, you know what? I don't want to have to trade these horses all my life. I'm going to do what he's doing.
Yeah.
And I spent the next 25 years following him around and doing it.
Well, I know a lot of people, you know, if they don't get out to that part of the country, I would say, I mean, running cattle in the western states is kind of interesting, especially Idaho, Nevada. You see a lot of different cattle, but they have to be strong, sturdy cattle.
Oh, most definitely.
Tell us about the kind of cattle that you buy.
Oh, the kind of cattle we buy, you know, cattle out there, a lot of them cattle are green because they walk a long ways to water. They do good when they get into the feed yard. We buy some program cattle. We buy just kind of a little of everything. But
what made you come on and start buying from Superior? What do you think the benefits are of being a buyer at Superior Livestock?
Lots of cattle being presented to you at one time, a lot of different reps to choose from. You get to know them, you figure out which ones you like and which ones deal with, and Superior offers you a big shot at that.
I know that's one thing too. I mean, from a seller standpoint, they always say they appreciate and they enjoy the large buyer base that we have. And I know when I was going to have you on this morning, everyone said, "Oh, Jeff Peck," you know. So they were excited for you to be on because everybody likes that insight. They like to hear what it is that the buyer's looking for.
I'm not afraid to tell them.
And that's the thing. So if there's something that you could tell a seller, you know, what I'm looking for in your cattle, what would it be?
Most of it, I mean, in a seller side is what, you know, we'll tell them if their cattle didn't perform the year before, what we think they need to do to change it, whether it's change their pedigree or the way they fed them or their weighing condition, or, you know, just depending on what the problem was. But yeah, we just talk to them.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys don't want to talk to somebody, and I'm not afraid to talk to them.
Which is a good thing. Well, I want to thank you for being on this morning, Jeff. It's always great to hear the different side of things, especially coming from a buyer. And when we come back, Alan Lee with Biozyme. Don't go anywhere.